Have you ever wondered how a computer can write a poem, create a piece of art, or even draft an entire article? That's the power of generative AI, a technology that's revolutionizing the way we live, work, and create. In today's video, we're diving deep into the world of generative AI, uncovering how it has changed everything and, most importantly, how you can adapt to thrive in this new age. From small businesses to personal projects, this video is your ultimate guide to understanding and leveraging the potential of generative AI in 2024. Let's begin with the rise of generative AI. Since computers were made, they've mostly been like fancy calculators, doing exactly what people tell them to. But now something big is happening. Computers are starting to learn and act a bit like us. They can learn, think, and chat. This new thing is called generative AI. It's like having a giant brain in the cloud that anyone can ask for help. Think of tools like GPT. They're examples of this. Sure, it's not perfect, but it's getting better fast, and it's really changing the game. This isn't just a small change, it's big news for everyone everywhere. Some people and companies will benefit, and for others it might be a challenge. To make the most of this generative AI wave, it's super important to really get what it's all about beyond just the excitement. Imagine you had a magic book that held everything ever known by all the smartest people who've ever lived. Like having Isaac Newton or Marie Curie on speed dial. That's what this thing called generative AI is kind of like. It's like a super smart friend who knows a ton about everything and can chat with you about anything you're curious about, whether that's science, jokes, poetry, health tips, or even life advice. But just like any friend, this AI buddy isn't perfect. Sometimes it gets things wrong, jumps to the wrong idea, or might not fully get what you're asking. The real trick to getting the most out of this friendship is knowing how to ask questions in the right way. This skill, called prompt engineering, is super important. It's like learning how to read and write all over again, but for the digital age. By getting good at this, you're unlocking all the potential that this AI friend has to offer. How generative AI works. Generative AI, like the kind that powers chatbots, works a bit like our brains, but with a tech twist. Imagine our brains having connections called neurons that help us think and learn. Generative AI uses something similar called neural networks. These networks deal with numbers, and since we can turn just about anything, like words or pictures, into numbers, we can feed them into the AI for it to understand and process. So when you type something into a chatbot, the AI turns your words into numbers, thinks it over with its neural networks, and then changes those numbers back into words as a response. The cool part is, if you keep the conversation going, the AI adds your new input to what it already knows and keeps the chat flowing, making up new sentences based on what was said before. Teaching these AIs isn't about writing tons of code. It's more like how a baby learns to talk by listening to people around them. The AI scans a huge pile of text from the internet, and it practices guessing the next word over and over. It's kind of learning by trial and error, and slowly gets better at predicting words through a method that corrects its mistakes along the way. To make sure these AI models are helpful and safe to use, they also get a bit of schooling from humans. This involves people reviewing and adjusting the AI's responses to ensure they're on track, not misleading or harmful. It's a way of teaching the AI our values and making sure it behaves in a way that's good for everyone. What are the types of generative AI? Generative AI is like a smart toolbox that can create different kinds of content. Imagine having a magical pen that not only writes stories when you talk to it, but can also draw pictures, make music, or even create videos based on what you tell it. That's what these AI models can do. Text-to-text models like GPT. These are like super smart helpers that can write anything for you. You give them a piece of text and they can write back something related, whether it's a story, a code for a website, or even make up a whole new language. They're great for helping you write code faster or come up with ideas you wouldn't have thought of. Image generators. These can take a description you give them, like a sunset over the mountains, and turn it into a picture. They can also mix up pictures or change them based on your suggestions, and even explain what's in a photo. Speech-to-text models. Ever talked to your phone and it turned your words into text? That's what these do. They're great for when you want to write something down but don't want to type. Text-to-audio models. These can create music or sounds from words. If you describe a peaceful beach scene, they can make sounds that match that vibe. Text-to-video models. These take your words and turn them into a video. It's like telling a story and then watching it come to life on screen. What's really cool is that now there are tools that mix all these abilities together. So instead of having to use different tools for writing, drawing, or making music, you can just use one tool that does it all. This makes it way easier to create whatever you can imagine, whether it's for work or just for fun. The goal of generative AI is to make creating stuff easier and more fun for everyone. Now let's look into the role of generative AI in our everyday life. Generative AI, like GPT, has gone from being simple word guessers to super smart tools that can do a lot of brainy things. They can create poems, write computer code, give advice on business, law, and health, help people improve themselves, and even be a partner in creativity. People are really surprised by what these tools can do. Many workers have found them super useful in their jobs. For example, programmers love AI coding helpers because they're even better than working with another person. People who write articles, design products, plan workshops, and do lots of other jobs also find these AI tools really helpful. The main thing that can hold them back is knowing how to ask the AI the right questions. Some folks, realizing how great these tools are, have decided to learn all about them and teach others to use them well. By using these AI tools, people can do their work better and solve problems more easily. It's like having a super smart friend who's always there to help you with whatever you need. How do we respond to this new technology? Excitement of fear. People think about AI, artificial intelligence, in different ways. At first, some people don't believe AI can take their jobs, or they just don't have time to think about it. Then others feel really scared that AI might make them lose their jobs or ruin companies. Both these ways of thinking aren't great for dealing with AI. It's better to think of AI as a helpful tool that can make work much easier and help us do more things better. With this mindset, people feel more in control and can do great things with their ideas. AI is like a very helpful guide that takes care of boring tasks so people can focus on what's important. This helps people not just keep their jobs, but do them better in a world where AI is everywhere. Even though AI might replace some jobs, most jobs still need what humans can do. Humans know things, can make smart choices, come up with good questions, and can tell if what AI is suggesting makes sense or not. AI is really smart but doesn't always get the whole picture, which is why we still need people. It's best to think of AI as a co-worker who is really good at some things but still needs our help. For example, AI can help doctors diagnose diseases, help lawyers with research, help teachers grade tests and make class materials, and even give students one-on-one help. When we work together with AI, we can achieve a lot more. How do we use and take advantage of generative AI to really make the most of what AI can do? Getting good at writing prompts is key. Think of prompts like giving directions. If you're clear and precise, you'll get where you want to go. This is true whether you're just using AI tools or you're behind the scenes building them. Getting better at writing these instructions means your AI will give back better answers or results. Practicing is the best way to improve. Sure, reading books or watching videos helps, but nothing beats actually trying things out. It's all about being clear and knowing how to ask for what you need. And as a bonus, getting good at this can also make you better at communicating in general. In conclusion, generative AI is like a super tool that can change our lives in a big way. It's like having a magic wand that can help us work better, think of new ideas, and create cool stuff. If we learn how to use it properly, we, along with our teams and companies, can make the most out of it. Instead of being scared of what it might do, we should look at it positively. This way, we can use it to boost what we can do and work together with it to achieve great things. It's time to get on board with this amazing technology and explore all the awesome things we can do with it. The adventure with AI has just started, and it's in our hands to use it to make our future brighter.